What's good? It's your boy B Hurt, aka Brian, aka Prince, aka Prince Vegeta out there hating. This is just solely for fun, and this is solely my opinion. So you can argue it if you want to in the comment section. And tell me why you think this character is S tier, this character is A tier, this character is B tier. But at the same time, it's a beta, bruh. Like, we talk about the beta, so if anything, these characters are due for a change. And these characters could get more OP, and these characters could get more of the suggestions that I already have put down. I wrote down some notes here, and I'm gonna go over the beta tier list that everybody else is making a tier list for. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, I am a Guilty Gear noob. This is my first fully committed Guilty Gear that I'm going to play, and it's just for fun. Just like it says, have fun or just for me. And first things first, we're gonna get out the way the characters that weren't in the beta, but if I had to guess just off of trailers alone, I think Angie would currently be A. I think Angie looks super solid in the trailer. It just really depends on how many command normals he has. It depends on how easy or how far hitting some of his normals are, combos, things of that nature. It just really just depends. And he could, for all we know, I don't think he's gonna have a dragon install, obviously, because like it was a big deal for Kai to get them, and Kai and Soul are the only ones really that I know of with dragon installs. But or something like that. Maybe he'll get something different when he has full bar, like Giovanna or something, or Nagaruki. Maybe he has some sort of gift, but we don't know. Maybe he had one in the past that I didn't know about either. We don't know. I'm gonna say he looks like an A tier character, but we're gonna put looks OP for the very beginning. Now, baby girl, to be honest, with her trailer, she look good. She looks S tier as hell. I'm gonna be honest with you. The fact that she could go through projectiles, hers looks better than Giovanna's, because it looks like she completely misses them entirely, where Giovanna has to take at least, she can take one hit, but if it's multiple hits, then she's kind of screwed. And I'm gonna talk about Giovanna a lot too. Yeah, Ino will look great in her trailer, and also not to mention, Ino has a 4 hitting overhead string. Like she could do 4 hits on a jump in, including the jump in. And then I think in the trailer, just to show add more mix and depth to it, she went for a grab after she did that. I'll show the clip here, but it was so annoying and it was so god tier that it's like, bro, she looks good. Not to mention if her projectile's out longer and it covers a longer distance, it has more hits. Maybe in this game she can connect and get a full combo out of that. She looks good. She looks strong. I think she's gonna be S tier when she comes out. I'll be surprised if she's not. But yeah. Now to finally go into the beta characters, Potemkin easily number 1. I think he has a super to where he could get pretty much like, I don't think it's an Aegis Reflector, but it's a shield. Think Frost's shield in Mortal Kombat 11. Think just a barrier to where he could walk behind, he could fall down, and that causes damage. He has an air grab. He has a regular grab. He does so much damage that he can RC and get in and do even his command grab. Like he uses RC as a dash, and like he's a good character. And I'm not saying that we can't have a grappler character number 1, because I think he is the sole grappler character that there is. I'm not saying he needs immediate nerfs. I'm just acknowledging that this is the best character in the game. I don't think Potemkin makes everybody gravitate towards him and play him. Maybe it's going to be one of those characters where UI Goku, think Z Broly and Dragon Ball Fighters, think Joker and Mortal Kombat 11. I think it's going to be just one of those characters, think Seth in Street Fighter, where you're going to have to know how to fight this matchup regardless if you play him or you play against him. Like, you're going to have to know. And I feel like he's one of those characters by far. And I hope they don't nerf him in the beta. I hope they don't, but he's really good. He's really good. Now, the second best character, in my humble opinion, was Ram. Ram was OP. She had really good range. Like some of the stuff that Sonic Fox was showcasing, they made Ram look even better. And now Sonic could play the worst characters in this game and make them look solid. That's just what kind of player that they are. But Ram looked really good. She had a lot of normals. I don't know if it was, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if it was a 5 slash. It was like some move where it was like a credit card swipe. Maybe it was a heavy slash. I feel like that button is really amazing. Even Ram losing her swords, I didn't feel like she was that weak. Like I still felt like she had good normals, good buttons. And like obviously she's not nearly as strong as she is with both swords, but it didn't feel like a factor, and it didn't feel like a punishment to technically lose what she had already. And I feel like at least with some characters, like this game is really gonna depend on what you have, and like Ram losing her swords, it wasn't the end of the world. Whereas Giovanna losing some more bar or her damage that she gets, or Nagaruki losing some of his blood, their life, those are detrimental, where she doesn't have that. Now, obviously, they're not really comparable things, but I feel like a lot of people in this game, it really just depends on the tools that you have, I guess, right? The next character, I'm gonna put Milia. I think Millia was super strong. And it felt like every Millia that was playing, I played against some pretty good ones in the beta. They had solid pressure and crazy mix-ups, and like she was doing a lot. And her movement is so good. And quite frankly, like I said, I'm gonna compare it to Giovanna because I played a lot of Giovanna, I played a lot of Kai, and then I played against a lot of Giovannas, and I played against a lot of Kais and other characters as well. But I played against a lot of Millias, and why not play Millia? Like, if technically speaking, Millia and Giovanna are the two rushdown characters, what's the point of playing Giovanna? When Millia has a projectile, she has a cross up, she has a move that's literally a dash where she goes to the other side, she has a low game, she has the high game, like she gets good damage, she gets good pressure, she has a move that's like multi-hitting with her like little stab move. Like, need I say more? Like, if we're talking about the two rushdown characters in this game, and these are the two, like Millia is good. I see no point in playing Giovanna, but Giovanna and Nagaruki are going to be last, but they're going to be last for a reason. Nothing bad. The next best character that I have is Mei. You think that dolphin's all cute and cuddly and that you could pet it like you could pet Giovanna's dog? Nah, that dolphin's a murderer. That dolphin, like, bro, when I tell you all the Meis I've seen, like Justin Wong had an insane Mei. I feel like there was other people playing Mei. There was a Mei that was technically like the gatekeeper of heaven. If you don't know, in this game there's not a rank system, but there's floors. So the more you play on a floor, you grind up, and then you could get to heaven, and you can stay in heaven if you win, I think, 5 games before you lose 2. And like it's how I said it, you have to win 5 games before you lose 2. You can lose 1 in between those 5 games, you just can't lose another one or you get kicked out of heaven. And when I tell you there was this Mei player that was gatekeeping everybody, like, it was actually insane. And on top of that, get this, I don't know what Mei's super is, right? I picked up Mei just to mess around with her, and like I did like a 300% combo, like 300, I did 300, like just messing around, not even knowing what to do, not even knowing the right optimal way. I think I just hit slash as a heavy slash, and I did one of her moves, her special moves. I can't remember if it was a down back or back forward or up down, because she's a charge character, and that's one reason why I might not play Mei, because she's a charge character, and that's kind of a harder neutral. But she's so good. She does great damage. She has good normals. Like, she has the range. And she could get setups and things of that nature. And this is a monster of a character. Like, for a little petite girl, like, oh, this Mei's adorable, everybody love Mei. She hits hard. Like, she's gonna be a problem character. Now, this, if I had to guess, this is probably going to be the most controversial of like my tier list, but I don't care. I think Zato's S. If you want to say he's last S or he want to say he's first A, that's fine. But I think he's S. He was really, really strong in the beta. It seemed like anytime that he lost Eddie, I couldn't take advantage. Maybe that's just because of the matchup too. But even when I played Kai, like, Eddie covers a lot of Zato's like weaknesses, and some of the angles that Zato was able to fly in on were just really good, and it was just hard to anti it. Now, that could be because I'm just not used to the overwhelming pressure of Guilty Gear, and like Zato's just the easy character to put that pressure on you. That could be true. That very well could be true. But from what I played and what I've seen, Zato is really, really good. I think he's super solid. I think he's better than, honestly, there's probably an argument for Soul, there's an argument for Kai, I think Axel's solid. There's probably an argument for at least 4 of these characters, but I think the rest he's better than. So I personally, from what I played and what I experienced, and just like, I'd rather fight literally all these characters besides Axel as a Giovanna main and Zato. So that's why I have him so high. I think he was able to do a lot. I think he had good normals and stuff like that. So Soul Bad Guy and Kai Kisuke, I think they're both solid. Soul actually looks like he has some sick combos and some sick potential from what I've seen. I had fun watching like Seijan play him. I had fun watching people play Kai. I had fun playing Kai. Kai is probably going to be my, like, if I get salty and I lose a set or type match with like a Giovanna, or like if I'm playing Ino, things of that nature, I might go back to Kai because that's comfortable, and he has every tool. Like, they both have every tool. They both have a dragon install, so they could do more damage and they could do more. I think Soul has wild throw. He has that like dive move. He has an uppercut. He has a projectile. He has everything you would need in the Guilty Gear. So these are the 2 solid characters. Could they both be S? Possibly. Are they better than Zato? Possibly. But I think the first 4 characters are, there's no doubt about it, that those 4 characters should be right where they are. And I think these characters are solid as well. Now, personally, I'm gonna put Axel. Actually, I'm gonna put Axel. I wrote it down Leo first, but I'm gonna put Axel. I think his range and some of the stuff that he's able to do to certain characters, he has a great keep out game. Obviously, when characters get close, it's going to be harder. His special to where he could pretty much JoJo stop time and like do what he wants. I think that's interesting, but I guess I didn't really get to see it and utilize this weekend a lot because of how certain people played the matchup, right? I guess it only lasts for 10 seconds and it kind of causes players to just hold down back, and unless you're like a Nakaruki, there's really no point in going in, you know what I mean? So I think he's solid. I think he is good. I think he might be one of those characters that's going to take a little bit of time to discover what he could really do with that and what he could really do. But the range that someone like he was hitting Giovanna. I was watching Kazunoko because I was trying to get better as Giovanna, right? I was watching Kazunoko play, and he played a first to 10 with somebody who was playing Axel Low. And I'm talking, I don't know what normal it was, but Axel Low was hitting the Giovanna Kazunoko from full screen. Like, it was actually ridiculous. So I think that range and just the potential that he has with that, he has some good anti-air buttons. He looks really solid. Next, of course, I would have Leo. Leo looks really good. He has good mix. As an uppercut, that stance is super scary, especially since it's like a behind the back stance. I think you could grab it though. I did see Super Noon grab a lot of Leos doing that. I think Tasty Steve plays Leo. His Leo looks solid. I feel like other people were trying Leo as well, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Leo's solid. I think these two, personally, quite frankly, I feel like this role right here, I wouldn't be mad at any person saying that this should be that or that should be this. Like, if you want to interchange these two, I'm not arguing that whatsoever, but I think this is my A tier, not my B tier. My B tier is going to be Chip and Foss. Chip, I feel like personally Chip just needs more health. As funny as it is, he was super annoying to go against, but he wasn't terrifying. I feel like all these other characters gave me more problems than Chip. I feel like he needs something, like I said, maybe a little bit more health, because he was definitely the TLD monster. All the combos I seen were against Chips, like whether it was tech or just the match or anything. Foss is needs something. I don't know if it's his tornado move, if the heavy one's unsafe. I think both of them are unsafe. Maybe make one of them make one of them safe so you can kind of utilize it to get in, I guess. I'm guessing that the gimmick of his tossing items is random. Maybe give him more items in if that's the case, because it seemed like he couldn't really do too much. His range is great. I think his range is really good. I feel like I got outranged by a lot of Foss, but then again, that could have been a matchup too. You know, if I played Kai or Soul or Nagaruki or Axel, maybe I don't have the issue, but definitely playing Giovanna. I feel like he kind of beat Giovanna in a lot of matchups, if I'm being frank. I feel like he just needs something more. I feel like these last 4 characters are kind of that way. I'm just gonna get it out the way now. Is like, I feel like these 2 characters are unfinished, and I feel like they're missing something. I think Nakaruki, if there's a way for him to like say pray or something like that, or something along the lines to where he could calm down the blood, where he doesn't have to go for the command grab every time. Now, I did watch a pro player in Alucard today play Nagaruki in a YouTube video. Shout out to Sky. In the YouTube video, he was going for the command grab first. So instead, that you had to respect dash move that Nagaruki has. I feel like he's just missing something that will help him. Because like, if anything, I would give him a way to calm down that blood. And then if he goes into that rage or that berserker mode, I would give him something to where he doesn't take 50. I feel like 50 is way too much, especially in this game, how fast it is. It's probably going to be 3 out of 5 when you really think about it. I would be shocked if this game's 2 out of 3, personally. He just needs something to make him a little bit better. Giovanna, the same thing. I like I said before, if you want to play a Rushdown character, yeah, Amelia's harder and she's harder to learn, but I mean, she's better in every facet of the term of Giovanna. And I think Giovanna needs something, because if her gimmick is tied to her tension meter, she needs something more, right? Like, give her, because there's no point in keeping that bar, essentially, right? Because RC is really good. Her air super is really shallow. I hope they add a little bit more range to that, so you could probably combo into it easier. It's really shallow. Like, it cuts almost straight down. Maybe give her invincibility on her DP. They made a suggestion that maybe she could shoot her dog. Like, that would be cool. Like, have that as a projectile. I feel like that would help her neutral 10 times over. Maybe just more normals with the dog. If if there's a command list, it seems like every character is going to have up to 3 command normals. Give her one more to where she could utilize it more, because I think one of her command normals just knocks him down, and then the other one is obviously 6 heavy slash. so she could get more out of that one and she could cancel the second hit of that one. But just give her more. I feel like she's just 1 or 2 tools away from being a solid character. Now, if you add 1 or 2 tools and she still struggles in these matchups, I'm fine with that, because then I can work with it. I have something to use. But it felt like her best neutral tools were her pokes. The whole point of her pokes, I wanted to press buttons in neutral, but I physically couldn't press no standing buttons because I would usually get whiff punished unless I played it at the perfect range. But then it was like, this matchup was hard. That matchup was hard. That matchup was hard. That matchup was hard. That matchup was hard. This matchup was extremely hard. This was hard. That was hard. I didn't really play against a lot of Potemkins or Maze, so I can't speak on that. And then Chip was just annoying. But like literally every matchup I played as Giovanna was hard or damn near impossible. So I just hope that they give her more, because I feel like she deserves it. I feel like her being the new character, she's super fun and super like resourceful, but it was just hard to play her, quite frankly. It was hard to play her. But this is my tier list. Let me know what you think down below. Hopefully you agree. If you don't, that's fine. Let me know. From what I played and what I've seen so far, I feel like this is how the beginning tier list is gonna go. Like this is how it's gonna go in April, probably May, until that first character comes out. Unless they make major changes. If they add more changes to Giovanna, like if they add 2 quality of life changes to her, I feel like she could easily be A. I feel like if they add a new move to Nagaruki, I feel like he could easily jump to an S if they add the right move to him. You know, if they make Foss have some safer moves, or like give Chip a little bit more health, and Chip might not have health because he is super fast and is annoying, but if they could do those, they easily jump to A. And maybe these characters are just A, they're not really S, but they look S to me personally. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think of your tier list, or show me your tier list, and let's just talk notes. Like I said, I'm really excited for Guilty Gear Strive. This is the last video for the week of Guilty Gear Strive. From here on out, it'll be Mortal Kombat content. It'll be Dragon Ball content till Strive is out. So yeah, love you guys. Till next time. Bye. YouTube land, what's good? It's your boy B Heard, aka Brian, aka Prince, aka Prince Vegeta Wild Hayden. Be sure to leave a like on this video, a comment on this video, and subscribe. And join the royalty or royalties, whatever you want to call it. Your boy is trying to get partnered on YouTube, so that's 1,000 subscribers. So please, please be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys. Enjoy the video.